In the middle of a vast green prehistoric valley stood a sleeping giant, Mount Crito, an ancient volcano blanketed in moss and mystery. To most dinosaurs, it was simply part of the landscape, tall, majestic, and harmless. After all, it hadn't made a sound in generations. Living near its base was a tall and gentle Brachiosaurus named Sora. Unlike the other dinosaurs, Sora wasn't loud or boastful. She didn't stomp or roar for attention. Instead, she observed, she listened. She noticed the small things others ignored. Each morning, while the young raptors raced and the stegosaurs argued over shade, Sora would stretch her long neck to the sky and watch the birds fly. She would place her feet gently on the earth and feel the vibrations others missed. She'd sniff the breeze for changes, however faint. One day, Sora felt something different. The birds, usually loud and restless, were gone before dawn. The ground had a soft, pulsing tremble, barely noticeable, and the air, it carried a strange, bitter smell. The volcano hadn't roared, but it was whispering. That evening, she went to the others. "I think we should leave this valley," she said softly. "Something is wrong with the volcano. It doesn't feel safe." The younger dinosaurs chuckled. "The volcano? It's been quiet forever," said Ruck, a bold young raptor. "You're just too sensitive, Longneck." An elder triceratops squinted at her. "The earth always shifts a little. That's normal, you worry too much." Sora didn't argue. She wasn't one for fights. But she knew what she felt, and she had to do something. So she went to those who would listen. A group of young hatchlings, a few elderly dinosaurs who trusted her instincts, and even a couple of shy pterosaurs who had noticed the skies behaving oddly. "Follow me," she said gently. "Let's go to higher ground, just for tonight." The group left quietly under the moonlight, climbing a steep hill far from the base of Mount Crito. Soared them carefully, watching the stars, listening to the trees, trusting her heart. That night, as silence blanketed the valley, the sky suddenly cracked open with a sound louder than thunder. The ground shook violently. Mount Crito, once silent and still, erupted in a burst of fire, smoke, and molten lava. The valley below turned red and hot. Trees were swallowed. Rocks flew through the air. The dinosaurs who had mocked Sora tried to flee, but many couldn't escape in time. From the hilltop, Sora and her small group huddled together, watching in awe and sorrow. Tears welled in her eyes, not for being right, but for those who hadn't listened. In the days that followed, survivors came to her. "We should have listened," Rook said quietly, head lowered. "You saw what none of us did." Sora didn't gloat. She only nodded and said, "Sometimes the earth doesn't shout, it only whispers. We have to choose to hear it." From then on, Sora's quiet voice was heard. Dinosaurs came to her for advice. They learned to watch, to listen, and to trust those who didn't always roar the loudest. And in the heart of the recovering jungle, the legend of the Brachiosaurus, who listened to the whispers of the earth, lived on for generations. Moral of story is that wisdom doesn't always shout. Often, it speaks softly. Listen to the quiet ones. They see what others miss.